I understand. And during this interview, I'd like to do this slightly differently, if I may, sir, because there's nothing I can say or no argument that I can advance that is suddenly going to get you to turn around and say, do you know, you're right, Richard, we do need more gun control in America. You specifically say in an article today and in a press release, no form of gun control will help prevent these tragedies. So to prevent a Yahoo sucks, he says, fruitless interview, instead, sir, I would like you to tell me what your solution is. Briefly, and we'll go through it bit by bit. What is your answer to reduce the level of gun violence in this country?
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I think that's a very important question. I think, first of all, it's important to understand that most of these mass shootings are occurring in gun-free zones where guns are not allowed. Over 98% of the public mass shootings in this country occur in gun-free zones. And that's why we would agree with our police officers. 81% of them polled say that the way you stop this in the schools is to arm the teachers, arm school administrators, arm the principals. We think that would be a very successful strategy. You never hear about a mass shooting in Utah. They've been arming teachers since 1995. Right. You don't hear about it in Ohio. They've trained over 1,000 teachers.
Frank DeAngelis, the Columbine principal, on this program, at the beginning of this program, he specifically said, yes, he's in favour of armed guards in schools, properly trained armed guards in schools, but he is against arming the general academic faculty because he says in his case, you know, he would have been shot because he'd have tried to reason, and the police he spoke to say it is a mistake to arm teachers, academics, janitorial staff and the like.
Well, look, we could interview different authorities on the subject. There's a Columbine survivor who's now in the state legislature, and he says more of his classmates would be alive today if teachers had been armed. So he actually advocates arming teachers. It is the way that Israel got rid of their terror at schools problem. They started arming teachers years ago, and the attacks on school children stopped. Why is it that our congressmen are better armed and better protected than are our school children? You know, you say arm school resource officers. Well, one of the first to get shot yesterday was the security guard there. I don't know if he was targeted. Still need to find out more information on that. But that's the problem when you have only one person and who's especially identified as the one carrying a firearm. He typically will be the one who's targeted.